Well, it got pretty hot today, like 92, and which is good in most respects because we need heat. But we haven't had rain in a while. Last rain we had was about 2/10 of an inch, and that's been a few days ago. But I have the corn planter here. Yeah, the 24-row monstrosity, and like I said in the video that we had deer eat my soybeans, so I'm going to plant corn. But I brought this thing in, and I noticed the other day that one of the wheels was not closing well, so I went and bought 48 bearings, and I didn't get near enough. I should have got 96 of them, but whatever. Anyway, corn looks good here. I've got some issues at another place that I got to deal with that. But right now, this heat has just whooped my ass. I am not kidding you. I am tired and I'm hungry, and I have hurt my feet. I hurt my left foot maybe a week ago, more than a week ago, and it's still sore as hell. And I just got to do something with that. Yeah, I got to do something with it. But tomorrow morning it's going to be sore, and I'll walk on it, and then it'll feel okay for a while. And then, you know, when you've hurt yourself, it creates fatigue, and fatigue is no fun. Ooh, it's hot in here. It is still 91 degrees according to this thing. But out in the sun working on that thing, it was really kicked my ass. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a shower, get some of the dirt off from the day, and yeah, that'll be that. That will be that. I got some other things I need to go do and discuss some of this corn that's not looking good. I can flip this around here. The corn is, oh my God. The corn's actually, right here is a wet spot, so it's kind of low. And I planted this a little bit wetter than I should have, but it's coming on good. You know, it's greening up. There's plenty of fertilizer there. You know, but I got about 500 acres that I am not at all happy with, and I don't know why. It's yellow, and there's nobody's. We pulled about 6 books off the shelf up at the fertilizer plant on Monday, trying to diagnose it, and they're telling me, well, one guy says, well, that's pH. It ain't pH. I put so much lime on this. Maybe the pH is too high? Nah, can't be. Another girl, she knows what she's talking about. She's like, zinc or sulfur? Well, the ammonia sulfate is not going to be sulfur, so there's no way it could be sulfur. Zinc, put zinc on everything last year because we were low, but I put enough on that I shouldn't be low anymore. And so I ended up pulling tissue samples, which I think I showed earlier. I'm just repeating myself, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I didn't get the results back. Today's Wednesday. I was supposed to get the results back the latest tomorrow. And I don't want to put any fertilizer out until I know we're going to get some rain. And, you know, so if I see that there's rain in the forecast, for real rain, then I'll go ahead and I don't want to put any nitrogen out until I know there's rain. You know, I just don't want to, because I got nitrogen that has to go on. I got to put another, to make me happy, another 25 to 40 units of nitrogen. I should be pretty good on all of that. And we'll see. Anyway, soybeans look pretty good. I'm hoping there's no deer out here. It's just so miserably hot that I'm going to go home. Even if there is a deer out there, I'm going home. Anyways, have a nice night. Would you say okay so or alrighty then?
Okay so.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. So what happens here is these bearings go bad. and then it starts to work, it starts to spin the little rubber jigger.
Here's a rubber jigger.
And that plastic, right? The plastic doodad.
Yeah.
So when it does that, it becomes a pain in the ass. Just a total pain in the ass. Total pain in the ass because then it wears the plastic. Well, fortunately, hindsight being what it is, we saved all the wheels from the grain drill. And, oh, you've done it now. We saved the wheels from the grain drill.
Grant did it.
And now I can just mix and marry and get this thing going again. So we had a deer invasion that took out 53 acres of soybeans, and I'm not going to be dealing with that again. So I decided, made the executive decision that we are not going to be putting soybeans on that because the deer will just take them out again. I've got corn and I got fertilizer. Oh, that worked. Got corn and I got fertilizer, so we'll just go ahead and go against all odds and plant on. Well, we'll probably get planted tomorrow. I don't think I can do it. Even though I wouldn't mind doing it today. But, yeah.
That's wiggling.
It's a little strong. I'm taking up that space now. It's not going to wiggle anymore. Yeah, I think we're good. Tiny little bit, but it's got new bearings, so there. Alright. This is how this works. This one's slightly different. Oh, this one sucks.
Why it sucks?
It sucks. Because it's different. I like different.
Oh yeah, we get some of those.
So instead of being different, we're just going to make them the same. You know, because we're closing wheel racists around here. It's got the different color outer skin than the others. It's different and we can't have it.
Is that how that is?
That's how it is. You know, it doesn't matter what your guts look like. I'm a racist, and you know. I only married you because I'm a racist, and that's the only way I can prove that I was.
Who the hell will say you're a racist?
You didn't hear that?
No.
No, go read the comments section. You'll love it. It's like, oh, yeah, I want to only call her a racist. He only married Teresa because she's Asian, and then he doesn't look so racist. Really? God, I thought it was because your pussy was tight. Let me see, Will. Alright. So everybody that watches my channel is probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Oh, I must be, get that thing out of there. Oh, he must be mowing hay or raking hay or something. Right? No, we're planting. I'm actually planting corn. It is the 20th of June, as dumb as this sounds. I'm planting corn, and I'm going to show you why I'm planting corn. So if you look out down there, you can see that there's some soybeans in there, right? And right about here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's soybeans out here. This whole field, all the way across, is about 40, just say 40 acres. So about 3 or 4 days ago, I came in here and sprayed my glyphosate down, and about halfway out across this field, not right here, this isn't terrible, but about halfway out across the field and clear to about a third of this field is completely annihilated by slugs and then deer. So the slugs came in and took about 20%, 30% of the soybeans that were growing here. And then the deer, because I had not put any Penergetic out here, The deer came in and they snipped off another 30% or more, and they're still working at it. I mean, you can look out there and there's just no soybeans at all. You know, a plant and 10 feet and a plant and then 10 feet and a plant and a whole bunch of little stumps in between. So I made the executive decision here to go ahead and use the remainder of the seed that I've got to plant this farm. I'm just sick and tired of, I'm just not going to go out and spend another $4,000 or $5,000 in soybean seed when I've got the seed in the planter. Well, it was in bags, we had taken it out, but I had the seed. It's bought, it's paid for sure, and I have the fertilizer sitting at the farm, which will come on here in a couple of days. Obviously, I'm going to wait for some rain. It is exceptionally dry here. This is kind of a dry area of New. I don't know why we get rain that they just don't get, and as weird as that is, it's just a fact. So this ground is going to just have to. What the heck was that, William? This ground is just gonna. Hopefully the corn will sprout. I mean, if it sprouts, it'll go for. There's enough moisture in the ground for that, right? But yeah, definitely enough moisture in the ground for that. I actually slowed down the seed rate from 32,500 down to about 24,000 plants to the acre. You're probably wondering, why in the hell would I do that? Well, there is a reason, and that reason is, let's see, is that going to work? Yes, it is. That reason is that it is dry ground, and it's really dry. So when you get into really dry ground, unless you get, this ground can really produce if you get the water, and I'm sure we're going to get water, just I don't know when. So I don't want to actually hurt myself by putting in a 32,500 plant population or a 34,000 plant population out here, because if I do and we don't get the rain, it sprouts, it comes up, and we don't get the rain, or we just get these little piddly half-inch showers, if you cut that down, then the demand for water is not nearly as high as it would be if, you know, at 24,000, 26,000 plant population, as it is at 32,000, 34,000. So that's the method to my madness. And it's getting late, and I don't really have a lot of seed. I don't want to run out like 20 feet from the end, which is a possibility. We are at that stage that it could be a major possibility, but I don't know. We'll find out. If I do, then I just get in the car, run up and buy 4 bags of seed and finish it up. And I don't really want to do that because they're going to rape me on that seed. So, anyhow, yeah, there you go. There you go. On to the next project, right? Oh my goodness. You just sit back there and look at that thing. Let's just look at it. Just look at it. Oh, and the nice thing is my clutches decided to work. One side of this corn planter stopped working. I disconnected, and there must have been a corroded wire or a corroded point in one of these plugs, because now all of a sudden I've got, when I raise the planter up, it shuts the clutches off. Before I was just shutting the vacuum off because I couldn't seem to get enough. It wouldn't shut off on the one side, and I hate it when that happens because it just spits seed out on top of the ground. But here's a spot where the beans actually look pretty good. I know out there it's decimated, and I'm just not gonna fight the deer over here. It's too far away from home. I should have knew better. I should have just put corn in this anyway, but I didn't, so I'm going to pay the price. It's going to cost a little bit, but whatever. It's never a good thing when you look out the back and there's a pile of shit like this standing behind your grain drill. Yeah, this thing? Who the hell is calling me? Well, that's Mr. Larry. Let me answer that. Alright, so we've welded on this thing. Gotta love that. That's called an ugly weld, but it'll work. That's called a not so ugly weld. These are 6011s? Yeah, I think they're 6011s. Yeah, 6011s. I'm using the 1/8 inch ones so that they burn in really good. So the next thing I gotta do is get a hold of Grant there and set this up in there. He took it out yesterday, but gotta set it up in here. Go on here, it's full of water. It's gotta be put up in there, and then I gotta wrestle that thing or grind on, well, not grind on it, he ground on it. I'm gonna have to smack that with a hammer and get it bent somewhat back into its right position. And then, wow. Yeah, wow. What do we got here? That's it. Broke the rock shaft. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass, these things. So anyway, that's it. No other damage. I mean, it didn't damage the seed. Oh, it did damage a seed cup. Shit. What is stuffed in the side of that seed cup over there?
Sticks.
Why?
Something Tim did. That spring went missing or some shit.
Well, springs don't go missing.
Oh. Yeah. The adjuster for the cup went missing.
They're supposed to be in the center position.
Yeah. But all of them weren't. This one moved on me.
Drop it down first. There. Alright, somebody's calling me now. What the hell? Text message from God knows who. Alright, well, that's just that. We're going to have to fix that. That seed cup's going to have to get replaced. Damn it. So you didn't get the repair because I had 1,000 things to do. Teresa was going to film me under there welding, and I don't know if she did or not. But if she didn't, there is my handiwork right there. That's my handiwork, and all the heavy lifting of the 4-row units was done by Grant because I had other things that needed to be done. I had to go pick up William, had to go check on some fields, see what needed to be sprayed, what needed, if I could spray or not. Turns out I cannot spray. The only other thing that I could do to that thing is actually, well, we're gonna keep an eye on it. Excuse me, I got a cold from William. We're going to keep an eye on those welds and see if they just split out. I'm not happy with the bottom weld. It's uglier than Sam Hill, but I think it'll be fine. There was a couple of cracks that I had to fix over on the left side of that where this row unit actually is, and they're not going to be a detriment to it, but we're just going to keep our eyes on it. I used 6011s on the bottom and the front and 7018s as the cap welds on the front. I actually capped it with a 6013 because I just could not get that 7018 to climb on a traverse uphill and down on the back side it's slanted. So that's done. Grant just got done greasing everything. I just got done tightening up these thrust washers on this, and that's that. So right now, gimbal just did something funky. There's William, right? Yeah. That's William. Let's zoom him out. And I